to spinach ratio is definitely a little bit off here. It's more of a like eggy spinach than the spinachy egg that I was going for, but that's okay. I am trying to get more iron in my diet right now, so lots of spinach is fine. They're not bad though, I have to say. You may have noticed that I've lost my vegan powers since I have recently reintroduced eggs into my diet. I'm only eating eggs though from a local family farm where they treat their chickens really well and they don't kill them or anything like that, and it's not anything like the very harmful practices associated with most egg farming. So yeah, this I am totally fine with. I feel like I was missing certain nutrients from my diet, and I was also just missing eggs generally, and I think that getting them from this ethical kind of farm is not compromising my morals in any way. As long as no animals are harmed, I'm totally fine with eating eggs. So I'm going to probably continue to do that for a little while, and yeah, just sacrifice some of my vegan powers but be happy with some good eggs. So I guess I should introduce myself if you're new here. My name is Sarah. I am a second, almost third year PhD student in religious studies at a university in Ontario, Canada. And I make vlogs like this, just kind of lifestyle content vlogs about what it's like to be a grad student, as well as other university kind of content for either grad students or especially students with ADHD, because that is something that I struggle with. So yeah, this is me doing a PhD with ADHD, and welcome to my channel. Today I so far have had a yoga class, a hot yoga class. I've started going to hot yoga. I got a really cheap 2-week pass for a hot yoga spot kind of near me, and I've been really enjoying that so far. I think that it's probably something that I'm going to continue with because I need some form of exercise in my life, and I think that yoga is probably the way to go for me because it's something that I really enjoy, and I'm really liking hot yoga. I was surprised the first time of how much you sweat doing hot yoga. You are literally going to be dripping with sweat as you're doing it, and I kind of like that. I've gotten used to the heat as I've started to go a bit more, and I think that it's really helping me become a little bit more flexible and all that, so that's good. I have a lot of back pain because I have terrible posture, especially when I'm sitting at the computer. So I'm hoping that this yoga will help with that. So that's what I was doing this morning, and then for the rest of the day I think that I'm going to try to get some cleaning done and get some work done for my research assistant position that I have. It's a position that I've been kind of working on throughout the summer, and I'm currently doing a literature review, so I'm going to continue working on that. And then I also have some dissertation proposal readings to do that I have been putting off for way too long now, and I really need to just start working on this dissertation proposal because I'm behind where my supervisor wanted me to be, and yeah, so probably gonna do a bit of work on that and then go out for sushi later tonight with some friends. So should be a good day. So I got a little bit more work done on this literature review that I've been working on. Got a few more papers read for that, and now I'm just getting ready to go out for sushi in a bit. It feels like one of those days where it's just gone by very quickly, and I just feel like I did not get the amount of work done that I was planning to get done, which is typically how it seems to go. It's actually been quite difficult finding sources for this literature review since it's such an understudied area. The research project is on marginalized wisdom traditions in the K to 12 curriculum in Canada, and there honestly is not a lot on it, which I guess is an indication that this research is filling a gap and really important to be doing, but it also makes kind of knowing what to put in this literature review kind of difficult, because I need to be looking for sources that are even slightly related to this topic, and yeah, I don't know, I find that either I go too broad and I find things that are just completely irrelevant, or there's just nothing for the specific kind of things that I'm looking at. But I guess that's always kind of the struggle when it comes to literature reviews. So I have another yoga class in about 45 minutes that I'm gonna head out for soon. I got my yoga pants on, the one good pair of yoga pants that I own. I really need to get some more and invest in some good yoga outfits. But yeah, for now, just wearing this. And it is a different class than I did yesterday. Yesterday was just kind of a regular hot yoga class. The one that I'm doing today is called Yang Yin Hot Yoga. So the first half of the class, the Yang portion, is a pretty challenging class where it's about holding fairly challenging poses for long amounts of time. And then the Yin portion of the class is a lot looser. It's a lot less challenging. It's very loose and fluid bodily movements, also holding poses for a long time, but they're not difficult poses. It's very relaxed. It's really about relaxing the muscles and relieving tension in the body, especially in the joints and things like that. So that is the last yoga teacher that I had for that class told me that the yin is kind of what I'm going to be benefiting from the most, probably, since I do have so much back pain and tension. So if you have chronic pain or really any pain anywhere in your body, and you get a chance to try yin hot yoga, I would definitely recommend it for sure. So I am going to get my bag together and then head out. It's now started raining, and of course I forgot an umbrella, so it might be a very wet yoga class. At least I have my sweat towel, I guess. So thankfully the rain wasn't too bad in the end, but it doesn't really matter anyway because I am going to be absolutely drenched in sweat soon. So that was a way more intense yoga session than I was expecting it to be. The last time I did the yang yin kind of session, it was much more chilled, a lot more relaxed. This one was intense for the first half. There were some poses that I just could not do, some movements that my body was just nah, there's no way that I could do that at the point where I'm at now. So it was a different instructor, so every instructor obviously has a different style, and part of the reason why I am kind of going so much the last week and this week is because I do want to kind of find the instructors and styles that work for me and also with my schedule and stuff. So yeah, I think that I prefer the more relaxed version for this one because I am absolutely wiped, exhausted. But I am going to jump on a Discord call now for like a D&D game, Dungeons and Dragons. I play it weekly, usually on the weekends, but people's schedules just didn't work out for this weekend. So I'm going to jump on that. I have some dinner, just like some pizza and a little salad. And yeah.
This victory should not be sullied by fighting amongst ourselves.
Indeed, it was an honorable combat. And so the story shall tell.
Don't you already get boosts from your, the house coat you wear?
From my cat, I get like a fire boost, yeah. So this would be even more fire damage.
Nice.
Go ahead, Dad.
Oh, I'll put 100 gold down on the Eyes of the Eagle. For now.
Jeez, Eyes of the Eagle. Alright, anybody else?
Hello and happy Friday. I did not vlog at all yesterday because I just was not feeling great. It was just one of those days where I just was feeling like super blah, just not feeling great. So I mostly just spent the whole day doing some readings for this literature review that I've been working on the couch, and I did not move much. So it was not an overly exciting day. I was also like super sore yesterday. I'm still sore today from all of that yoga that I've been doing. I feel like I should not have done 2 days back to back like that. Although granted, the one on Wednesday was way more intense than I had expected it to be, but definitely need to like tone it back a bit with the yoga. I'm trying to make the most out of this like 2-week pass that I have, and also when I start something new, I really like get into it and like go all out with it. But I think with something like this, when my body is not used to that kind of level of exercise, I need to be taking it a lot slower and just going at a pace that works for me a bit more. So I was supposed to have a class like this morning as well, but I canceled that and instead have signed up for a class tomorrow. So today the main thing that I have on the agenda is just a meeting with the PI for this literature review and research assistant job that I'm doing, and that's in about 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna jump on a Zoom call for that. It's just like a weekly meeting that we have to like check in with my progress, see how I'm doing, if I'm like encountering any problems or anything that I want to talk about. So far it's been going like pretty smoothly. The main challenge is just like finding things to actually include in this literature review and like knowing what's relevant and what's not. So yeah, I've done like quite a few readings this week for it, so that's good. I still have like so much more work left to do on it though before I can actually start writing the literature review. And then after that, I think that I'm hoping that I will have the opportunity to film a video for this channel that I've been wanting to do for a while. And then, yeah, I don't know, after that, I know what I should be doing after that. I definitely should be working on stuff for my dissertation project proposal, but whether I'll actually end up doing that or not, we'll see. Hello, how are you? Good, I'm good, thanks. So that was a good, productive meeting today. It went a little longer than it usually does, but that was because we were sorting out some like next steps and thinking about like moving forward with the project and what that's gonna look like, especially come September when the fall semester starts. He is planning to hire like another research assistant to work alongside me and to help with some of the workload, because it is like a pretty massive project, so definitely gonna need more than one person working on this for the next steps. And yeah, the PI is just like such a lovely man. He's like such a nice guy, so it's always really nice talking to him. And yeah, it was just a good meeting. So I think that now I am going to make some lunch and then try to film this video that I've been planning on filming for a little while. It's gonna be on like back to school shopping for like university students, college students with ADHD, because yeah, there's just lots of things that I think we can buy as people with ADHD that can help make our university study lives a little bit easier. But before I do that, I did also want to just quickly show you how I've been going about doing this literature review and how I've been taking notes for it and like kind of organizing my notes on it. So I've been using Obsidian for this because I recently discovered Obsidian like a couple months ago, and I've been absolutely loving it. I've been using it for basically all my notes. Like I've been transferring all of my notes over to Obsidian because I think that it is kind of the best note-taking program out there for me right now, at least that I've seen. Just the way that it allows you to organize your notes and make connections between different notes and different ideas and things. So yeah, I've been using Obsidian for this. So the PI gave me this basic proposed literature review form here that is just like a kind of bare bones, nuts and bolts breakdown of each like article or chapter or book or whatever it is. So basically just the abstract, and then there's kind of like simple questions that relate to our like research question and objectives and things. And it's just like a really helpful form for picking out important things in each of the articles that I'm looking at. And then it allows me to just like easily compare between articles when I have everything in this like very basic form and very basic like structure. So, you know, things like theory, what are the methods, how is the analysis done, is there positionality stated, what are the study's main findings, and then I have a space here for my additional thoughts as well as connections to other studies and then helpful references. So here is like an example of a filled out form. Also, Obsidian lets you use various tags for things, which is super helpful for comparing different notes and things. So I have a bunch of tags and then the abstract, and I've kind of filled all of this out for each of the things that I've looked at, and some are more filled out than others. This one's pretty lengthy, but not all of them are filled out to that extent. Some of them are much more like to the point and bare bones. And then I have my additional thoughts here and then connections to other studies. So I think this is the best part about Obsidian, is the way that you can make these like in-text references to other notes that you have. So like I can click on that one and go to that, and it's just I just love that like ability to make those connections. And then I've also been sure to keep a like lit review search thing here so that I can keep track of my journal searches. So these are all the journals that I've like searched in so far, the search terms that I've been using, and then I am keeping track of like what I looked for in each journal, the like search terms that I used, what kind of results those terms yielded, and yeah, just stuff like that, keeping track of it so that I know later on when I go to write the literature review, I have all that information here. I know what I did, I know what I searched for, I know where I looked. It's just all there. So it's been helping me to kind of keep things organized in this way. And then also, as I mentioned, like my favorite thing about Obsidian is like making those connections, and in order to kind of see those connections in like a visual way, you can go to the graph view, which is over here, and then you can see how everything connects. So here, I'll make this like just a bit bigger so I can zoom in a little bit here. Yeah, so I don't have like that many things up here right now. It's gonna continue to be filled out more and more, and there's gonna be more connections made and stuff, but I can easily just go and see like, oh, okay, this paper has a lot of different connections, and I can go and like look at what they are. And then I can also organize it by tags if I want to. So here I can see that like, you know, I have a lot of tags for Canada, and like I have a lot of things that have been marked as being about like indigenous wisdom traditions, and I can look at things like that. So this is, I just love this. Like I am such a like visual person, a really visual learner. So having it laid out like this, all these connections and things, it's super, super helpful for me. And yeah, I am obsessed with Obsidian now. So I just finished filming that video. I think that I managed to keep it under like 20 minutes. I hopefully didn't ramble on too much. So I just need to film a little bit of B-roll for that video, which I'm probably gonna do now, and then after that, probably make some dinner because it's actually getting kind of late. The day has kind of just slipped by, and I still have yet to really work on my dissertation project proposal. I think it's pretty evident that I've been actively putting that off because it's such a big thing that I am a little bit scared to dive into. I would definitely like to get a little bit of work done on that tonight, but I don't know if I actually will. We'll see. So tonight for dinner, I'm attempting to make some vegetarian pad thai. I've never made it before, so we'll see how it goes. I'm also allergic to peanuts, so I'm gonna be swapping out all the peanut ingredients for other things, and don't know how that's gonna taste, but we'll see. So these are pretty much all of my ingredients here, including some like semi-pressed tofu. Don't actually have like a tofu presser, so I just put it underneath this cutting board with some paper towel. And I think it's like semi-pressed, not the best, but yeah, this is most of the ingredients. Instead of the peanut butter or like peanut sauce, I'm gonna be trying to use some sunflower seed butter, see how that works. And instead of like fish sauce, I think I'll be using this tamarina sauce. Never bought it before, but we'll see. This is an experiment. Well, there was an attempt to make this. It did not necessarily go to plan. Stop it. Nathan's being annoying. This did not go to plan, probably because I abandoned the recipe halfway through. So, we'll see how it tastes. Are you gonna try it?
I'll try anything once.
Well, here's the end result. It doesn't taste terrible, it just could use a bit more flavor, I think, and the ratios of quite a few things were pretty off, so next time I should probably follow the recipe. I'm currently headed out to another yoga class. It's an afternoon class, but a morning class for me, because, yeah, this is my morning. My very red post-workout face. So I'm back from the yoga class now. It was a really good class. It was a lot more relaxed than the previous two that I was at. So it was good. It was like still a good workout, but much like easier pace, which I think is a bit better for me. There used to be a point in my life where I was doing yoga like almost every day of the week, and I was going to classes every week, and like, you know, I could do all these different poses and stuff, but it's been many, many years since I've been that like into yoga and doing it that regularly, so my body definitely needs to get used to things. So it was good. It was a good class. I'm starting to get like a good feel for the different instructors and their paces and their levels of intensity. So yeah, I came back home, had a shower and a bit of lunch, and now I think I'm going to go head out to a coffee shop to work on some dissertation and proposal stuff. So I feel like if I reward myself with a nice latte or something, I will be more motivated to actually get to work on this. This is my outfit for the day, if you can see. Just like some comfy pants, and then I really like this top. I really like how flowy it is.